Hi, my name is Nalukwe Mutumolowasi. Thank you so much for watching my videos and for commenting and sharing and reading my blogs. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. I wanted to do this video because a few weeks ago I had posted on my Facebook that if you want high quality treatment as a woman, you should choose a high quality man. Now, I always use this analogy to explain this principle, and it's basically this, okay? If you get a $200 shoe and you get a $20 shoe, a $20 jogging shoe is going to wear out very easily. When you're running, it's going to start tearing at the bottom, the rocks are going to start getting in, and pretty soon you'll be feeling the tarmac on your feet, you know, and it's going to be thinning, the heel is going to be thinning, whereas a $200 shoe is much more likely to last longer. It's much more likely to be more comfortable, and it won't bring you any pain unless you just pick the wrong size. But it's very highly unlikely. It'll be comfortable, a great experience, you know, compared to a $20 shoe. Now, it's the same with men. How do you pick a $20 man and expect a $200 treatment? Because a $200 man will give you $200 treatment because that's the kind of man he is. And it's the same for a $20 man. Don't expect $200 treatment from a $20 man. So in terms of, let me bring it home for you, okay? So if you choose a player and you expect him to be faithful to you for an unknown reason, that's unrealistic. It's the same if you choose a liar and you expect him to be honest and truthful with you, that's unrealistic, okay? So if you want a man who's faithful, choose a man who is faithful. If you want a man who is honest, choose a man who's honest. Now, in terms of a high quality man, what I have put together, I was going to write a long blog post about the different qualities that you can, you know, use to identify a high quality man, and I probably still will do that, but in this video I just wanted to share three main qualities that are important, and I think that you should take them into consideration as you determine what your kind of man is. And then I'm going to share a fourth personal preference, but I thought I should just throw it in, and hopefully it will help you. So the first one is, of course, God-fearing. That's very important. Now, I don't mean a man who just talks about the fact that he knows God, or he goes to church, or he's a Christian. I really believe that anybody can do that. I can do that. Anyone can do that. Anyone can go to church, you know, but you want to see him live it. You want to see him exude it. You want to see him breathe it. You know, you want to see the fruits of the relationship that he has with God in his life. You want to see how he treats the people around him. You want to see how he reacts in different circumstances, because all that, a relationship with God affects everything in your life. So you want to watch out for that. You know, you want a man who can pray. So it's not good enough that you just say God-fearing. Define what you mean by God-fearing. And for me, I think that if you're gonna define God-fearing, you should define it in terms of do you see the fruit? Do you see the fruit of his relationship with God? You know, because that's what the Bible says. You will know them by their fruit. So, does he live it? Does he live according to his word? Is he obedient? You know, is he asking to sleep with you before marriage? Then you know that that's not quality. A quality man won't ask you to do what will cause you to disobey God, because he is a child of God, and if it's important to him to obey God, then he will understand that it's also important for you to obey God. So that's the first thing. Then the second thing is integrity. Integrity means his words match his actions. He doesn't say one thing and then do another. So if he's after you and he makes a commitment to you, he's not gonna come back tomorrow and say, I've changed my mind. Okay? That's not a high quality man. He's anything that he says to you, he was committed to making sure that he does as he has promised. Now, I'm not saying that he has to be perfect. I'm just saying that there has to be a level of accountability. Because if a man can say things to you and he knows that he doesn't have to fulfill them, then that's wrong. You know, that's very wrong. That's something that you should watch out for as a woman. You should pay attention. And then the other thing, the third quality, actually, before I move on to the third quality, in terms of integrity, I think that a man, I had written something down, let me just read it. He has to be a man of his word and follows through with his commitments at whatever the cost. It has to be so important to him that he does what he says he will do. Not because he wants to impress anybody, but because that's who he is. Get that? That's who he is. He has to be that person. And then his actions reflect who he has chosen to be, who he is as a person. You know, that's why integrity is very important. It reveals a lot about a person. You know, if I make a promise to you today and I do something else tomorrow, then it reveals a lot about my character as an individual, and it's the same with men. So you should watch out for that. The third one, third. The third one is hardworking. He has to be hardworking. I am saying because there's so many women that go to work, they work so very hard, make a ton of money, and end up spending it on a man who doesn't get out of his bed, you know, and he's not hardworking. He'd rather wait for you to do stuff for him. Not only that, he doesn't have anything he's working towards. He's not in school. He doesn't do anything, you know. Even the job that he has is just probably, I don't even know. I don't know. They're just men who are like that. And that kind of laziness, you don't need that. You need a man who's hardworking, because men have a responsibility to provide. Now, hold it right there. Of course, the responsibility to provide comes in marriage, but I really believe that everything that we do in our courtship is like a seed that was sown for our marriage. So, if I'm not saying he is responsible for you, I'm just saying that you have to see these traits. Is he capable? You know, and sometimes it's not about him doing things for you, it's about him doing things for himself. Can he take care of himself? Is he hardworking enough to pay his bills, to, you know, meet his needs and help the people around him, whether it's his family or, you know, whoever needs his help? That's how you see, that's how you measure, you know, the hard work and how committed he is to his dream. And then he has to be focused. Now, a person who doesn't know what he wants is not going to be focused. So they go hand in hand. If he knows what he wants, he will be hardworking, because he will want to achieve the thing that he has determined that he wants to achieve. So you have to be very aware of that. You should, because if a man doesn't know, if he's not focused, then he doesn't know where he's going. And you're a woman, you're going to be submitted to that man, and you have to follow him. But you have to know where he's going, and he has to know where he's going. And that's why the first quality I shared is very important, because if he's following God, you're safe. If he's not, you need to get out. You definitely just need to get out. You don't pray about such things. You just get out. And so I've said 3 things so far. He has to be God-fearing, and not just God-fearing, he has to live it, right? And then the second one I said was integrity. Integrity is very important. If he makes a commitment to be faithful to you, he will be faithful to you, because that's the kind of man he is. It has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with who he is and what kind of man he has chosen to be. And the third one was hardworking and focus. So he has to be hardworking. When he is focused, he has decided what he wants to do with his life. He will make a decision to make it come true, whether it's a dream, a passion, or it's his career, his ambition, whatever it is that he has decided to become or to achieve, he will work hard towards it. That's the kind of man that you need. Even in the same way, when it's the same if he decides to be with you, he will do what it takes to make it work with you. Because if he's lazy in different areas of his life, it will reflect even in your relationship. You shouldn't expect any different. Whether it's loving you or spending time with you, or it doesn't matter, it will reflect. So you have to think deeper than on the surface. You have to go beyond what you see. And actually, before I go to the fourth one, which I say that I'll share as a personal preference, is I know that as women are emotional, and that's how God created us, and I don't think there's much that we can do about that. But we have to take control of our emotions. Just because you like a guy doesn't mean you should get carried away and not study him and not get to know him as a person, and before you make a huge decision. Don't get carried away by the little nice things that he does or the little nice things that he says to you, and that's it, you're persuaded. No, there is so much more to being in a relationship and spending your life with someone than feelings. There'll be a day when feelings are not there, and you still have to be satisfied with your decision. So that's why it's important for you to learn to put your feelings aside and assess a person, study them, spend time. Don't lose focus. Stay focused. I just hope that you remember that in your encounters in future, or even at present. Even if you already have a man, you can still use these qualities to just sort out a few things. And then the fourth quality that I wanted to share, and I did mention that this is a personal preference, and I'm going to be very careful about what I say. This is a personal preference, and everybody has their needs and they have their list of things that they want, and for me this one is on my list. I really I think that it's important for a man to be a gentleman. I had an encounter a few weeks ago, few months maybe, yeah. I was meeting someone, and it was kind of like a business meeting, just a meeting. I don't even know what to call it. We were just meeting, and so I didn't meet the person before. It was the first time, and when he was picking me up from somewhere to take me to the place where we were supposed to have a sit down and talk, and he opened the door for me, and I was really impressed by that, because usually I have people that open the door for me, and most of the time it always turns out that they want something, and that's not very impressive, if I should say. But then this person, he didn't want anything from me. He was that's the person he is, and such things are very, very important. I was just using that as an example. So when I say a gentleman, someone who's kind, someone who gives himself for others. And I think that those are qualities of a gentleman. Someone who is considerate, and is gentle in his conduct, if that makes sense. I know that this is a long video, but I hope that this has made a difference and that it will help you towards identifying a high quality man. And I will still emphasize about the last point. That's a personal preference. I personally, I like to be treated like a lady. And if I have a man, of course I'm going to treat him like a gentleman. So I'm willing to give it. So I'm very, very much happy to receive it. But then I'll end there. Otherwise I won't stop talking, because I love communicating. Okay. Thank you for watching. I hope this has helped you. I'm still going to do a written blog, and I hope that will also help you. So just stay tuned. I might do another one. I might not. You never know. That should make you come back. Thanks. Bye.